Today's episode will start in just a moment. Go grab a snack. Hurry, hurry!
If something rounds that corner, I'm readying a frostbite spell.
So you would have gone, you would have hit. So as you're being pulled back in, everybody now hears more movement from within this cavern. All of you see this light extending up into the roof, and often to the left and right you hear scratching and you hear climbing, and you unless you make another move, it's not long before you see one of these creatures rush past the cavern. They don't rush down the cavern, but you see a silhouette of them against this light run from right to left.
Oh, yeah, we found them. This is them. Yep.
And that big light looks like however they're getting in. So I think that our goal is to close that up.
Okay. How do we do that?
Yeah, how do we do that?
How does... Good question.
How does one close a rift in time and space? This wasn't covered in any of the modules.
Excellent question. We're gonna learn through experience.
Dumbgeons and Dragons is a D&D actual play podcast, and I'm your Dungeon Master, Russ Moore, he, him. Also with me today, Tom Laird as Kevlar Goldweave, he, him.
That's right. A whopping 2.
Kyle Classett as Bizarre the Wizard, he, him.
Let's go clear our names, Cav, because we did this.
With special guests from I Seduce the Dragon, Cristina Van Epps as Penance Olive Tree, she, her.
Hazard fee, absolutely.
And Ryan Keely, she, her, as Bondin Cove, he, him.
4 wisdom damage?
Dumbgeons and Dragons is a Patreon-supported podcast, and you can join us today at patreon.com/dumbdragoncast. There's a 7-day free trial and a whole bunch of episodes for you to listen to. We hope to see you over there. And now, fuck it, let's play!
Another question is, who could have caused that rift to happen?
It's a great question.
Great question. Above my pay grade.
Did they file a permit with the city?
I would guess not. I don't think we have anything for magical portals, but we'll see.
You really should. I feel like it could destabilize some important infrastructure.
Yeah, that's a good point. You know what? I'll
Something
bring
to
that up.
consider.
I'll bring that up with Oak as soon as I see him next time.
Next town hall meeting, you should really check. Yeah.
100%.
As you say that, one of them comes around the corner and you see the Kevlarn and Bizarre, you see the glowing red throat of this creature again, which you know is not a great thing.
Mm-hmm.
You see it come around in these beady red eyes and teeth, and this one doesn't have the same tusks that you saw on the ones previous. And it looks like it's preparing to let a howl go straight down this corridor at you. As far as what you three, Bench, Bizarre, and Cav, have known of these creatures.
Let's roll for initiative.
Oh! Nat 20, bitches!
Oh.
Nat fucking 20! Which means it is a 22!
Nice.
Speedy little guy.
Young blood!
Okay, so Bondin 22, Penance,
12.
Cav,
7.
Ha!
beautiful,
Olds. Fresh and naive.
Bizarre,
16.
Keep up, dance boy.
That's right. Gotta be quick.
great, cool, love it. Bondin, you get to go first.
I am going to go for the throat with my quarterstaff.
That's great. Roll to hit.
That's a 17 unnatural.
Yeah, 17's gonna hit.
That's going to be 8 bludgeoning damage.
Okay, now with your monk abilities, are your attacks magical?
They shouldn't be yet. I don't think you get that at level 3.
No, I was gonna, but I am gonna do a bonus action, which is magical.
It's not magic because it's your astral self. You do get, your strikes are not considered magic for the purpose of overcoming resistance until a higher level.
Got it. Okay.
For example, I mean, not saying that there's resistance or anything, but you know.
But just like, maybe.
Some pointed questions are being asked.
Yeah. Okay. So you're going in, striking the throat. You do so, and like it's hitting
With my quarters. Yeah.
with your quarterstaff. Yeah, like it's hitting like tough leather.
Mm-hmm.
It is a beefy creature that you're coming up against, and these creatures are large fiends. As you run up, they tower over.
Good thing I got a sweet quarterstaff. And then
That's right.
I would like to use my bonus action. Actually, should I just do an unarmed strike?
So you got a couple of options for your bonus action. So you can
Yeah, I know,
summon,
but I'm thinking of saving the... Yeah.
summon your arm,
this is the
saving
first
your
dude,
arms.
so-
It
Yeah,
lasts
I
for
wanna save
10
arms.
minutes.
Oh, okay. So then I am going to want to and then I want to spend a key point to fuel my arms of the astral self. It's not giving me an option to roll to hit. It's only giving me an option for damage.
Yeah, you're summoning them right now. So you use your action to attack, and your bonus action is going to be to summon the arms. So on your next turn, you'll be able to hit with them.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Then we will go to Bizarre.
I am going to draw my sword and begin doing the steps that I learned through my schooling to begin my blade song. And that'll be my bonus action. And as my action, I am going to cast magic missile on it, sending out 3 bolts of force damage, and that will be for 10 force damage. As 3 bolts just kind of fire out.
It's pretty cool.
Perfect. So those zip over top of everybody, and Bond, and you see these explosions like happen like right over top of you into this creature, which knocks it back. And Bond, you're closest. You see that glowing throat begin to glow a little less with these hits. Brings us to Penance.
Does it still look like it's charging up to some kind of scream? Like it's still getting ready to howl?
It looks like it was perhaps interrupted at this moment.
Okay.
Not that it won't try, but it doesn't look like it's actively able to on its turn.
Got it. So then I will hold back on one thing. I'm going to, once again, gripping tight to my holy symbol, I'm going to start to mutter a prayer in Celestial, and I'm going to use my Twilight Sanctuary. So, channeling divinity, a sphere of dim twilight light emanates from me to surround an area of a 30-foot radius. Everybody gets 7 temporary hit points.
Sick.
Oh, hell yeah.
And you cannot be charmed or frightened.
Sick.
That's awesome.
Nice.
So long as you are within my sphere, which is of dim light, but that doesn't bother you right now because you can see through it, so we're all good to go. So that is what I do for my action. And then as a bonus action, I am going to cast Spiritual Weapon.
Oh, hell yeah.
So I will raise my other hand. I've got one hand gripping my holy symbol, and I raise my other hand, and it looks like a axe, except for like the face of the axe is like several spikes. It's sort of like if my holy symbol is like half of a many-pointed star, or is a full many-pointed star, the axe is half of it, where it's just like spikes coming out of a handle. And that will raise up and slam down on top of this creature.
Excellent. Okay, you got...
Wait, Russ, did you say excellent?
I believe that is correct, yes.
I believe that's what I said, yes.
I'm actually...
No notes.
I rolled a natural 1 on that, so I'm going to use a lucky. I'm going to burn one of my lucks to not fail that.
Pulling out all the stops.
Because it was a cool move, and I don't want to absolutely beef it. That's a 17 to hit on the second go.
17 will be
Also,
good.
I'd be
Yeah.
very unimpressed. Yeah, you lose a lot of confidence from this acolyte over here.
I do that whole cool intro thing, and then suddenly I just whiff totally. That would suck. 8 damage from my spiritual weapon.
Magic missiles bludgeon in, and then this weapon comes down on top, and it is the first weapon that actually pierces the skin of this creature, so blood begins to pour out around that hit.
What color is it?
It is a deep red bordering on black blood.
Ooh.
Ew.
Okay.
Yeah, right?
Fondant
Gross.
doesn't like this. Fondant is really grossed out.
Cav, you're up.
Going to raise his hammer in the air and call down a sacred flame upon this beastie.
What does that look like, and what do I gotta do there?
You have to make a dexterity saving throw.
Perfect.
of an undetermined amount until you tell me what it is. Then I'll tell you if you pass or fail. And
That seems fair.
It's like a very bright white light that comes down.
Awesome. That's going to be, that's a 9.
You have failed, good sir.
Darn.
You get nothing.
You will take 2 radiant damage. That's right, a whopping 2.
Aw, snap.
I'll take it all.
Bondin's very impressed.
Bench's turn, and Bench is standing at the back with his dagger and bread knife in hand and saying, "You just let me know when it's time to throw the picnic basket, okay? I will, I'm just going to hold it in the fort here." He hesitates for a moment, and then he's like, well, I'm just gonna throw it, and he throws the dagger, and it goes wide and skids into the room. He's like, sorry guys, big muscles. I don't know my strength at this time. I'm gonna stop now and let you all take over. He cowishly walks back and is like, I'll just be here. You let me know when we gotta make a sandwich. Sorry. Bondin, back to the top.
Poor Bench.
I'd like a ham and cheese, and then I hit him with my quarterstaff again, or at least I attempt to with my throat. Hit him in the throat with my quarterstaff.
Ham and cheese coming up.
12.
12 will not. No, a 12 isn't gonna hit. So like you're close enough that you're gonna hit it, but like the natural armor of it, like you don't do any damage for that.
Okay, and then so my arms of astral self. 17.
17's gonna do it. Yes.
Do I get to slap him?
Yeah, you do.
Oh, I'm so excited. I picked this classic character because when Cristina was explaining what a monk could do and what this mechanic was, to me it sounded like just bitch slapping someone repeatedly.
That's basically it, yeah.
Yeah.
And I do love a slap fight because I'm a little wuss.
Awesome.
With glowing
so 17
extra
hits?
planar arms.
That is 4 wisdom damage.
It's bludgeoning, it just uses your wisdom modifier.
Okay.
Yeah, it's force damage, it just uses your wisdom.
You challenge it to a Sudoku.
Punch the wisdom right out of them.
Which could baffle it, okay? We don't know.
That's true.
Battle of the wits.
Okay, so it takes that damage. It is that monster's turn now, and it is going to actually try and back up from your position, Bondin. So I will give you an attack of opportunity if you would like to.
Can I roll intimidation?
Sure, absolutely. You can roll intimidation.
How's that gonna work for you?
I am blonde and fresh and new.
Literally on a leash, but like, yeah.
Go for it, little guy.
I rolled a 4. That's not gonna work.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Intimidating.
Hell yeah.
We'll be right back. It's the middle. Hi, everybody.
Oh, hey.
Welcome to the middle.
Hey, it's the middle.
It's good to have you.
Glad you're here.
Thanks for joining us. If this is your first adventure with us because you joined us from I Seduce the Dragon to come listen to the great and amazing Ryan and Cristina.
Yeah.
That was an excited E. It just sounded like a creaky door. Sorry, guys. October. Ooh.
Spectacular.
This is a spooky episode. Yes.
I do all the sound effects
Yep,
myself.
and they're great.
Yeah. I'll change the credits to be from Epidemic Sound to Amy. Amy
Thank you.
does all the sound.
Perfect.
Yeah,
There we
sorry.
go.
Yeah.
With my mouth.
But yes, thank you for being here. And thank you again to Ryan and Cristina for joining us from I Seduce the Dragon. They're lovely, and you should go listen to their show. Not just because they're amazing, but because Amy and Carla are going to be over there and continue to be over there this coming week.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's right. The second part of our 2-part little horror one-shot that we did over there will be released on the 8th, next Wednesday. But they're doing a fun video pre-watch on the Tuesday, the 7th? Does this sound right? Monday the 7th? I'm getting my days wrong.
Monday the 7th.
The pre-watch is on Monday. The episode comes out on Tuesday. Our episode comes out on Wednesday.
The numbers were correct.
The numbers were correct. The days were wrong.
That's fine.
But if you go to their Patreon, you can sign up for that. You don't need to be a member of their Patreon, but you can go and watch along.
All the details are there, and Amy and I are going to hang. I put it in the calendar, so it's got to happen. Amy and I are going to go hang out in the chat as well.
Nice.
So we hope to see you over there, and maybe Kyle and Tom will pop in.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah.
It is very. It's a fun. It's fun. It's fun, guys.
It's fun. I'm looking forward to re-listening because I have a goldfish's memory, and I'm just going to be snickering alongside everyone like I wasn't actually there when it was.
It's also that podcast memory too, where like something happens and then it's immediately deleted from all my memory banks.
Absolutely.
It's like I don't need to remember this. There's a recording of it that I can enjoy.
Why I don't remember
That's got to be why it is. But you don't need to commit it to memory because it's the tape's rolling.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. It's podcast science is what that is.
Well, listen with us.
Listen with us. And then once you listen to all of us specifically, you can come join us on patreon.com/dumbdragoncast, where you get an episode dedicated to you.
Yes, you do.
But also you get a whole bunch of extra bonus content. Tom, describe to us how the next session of the Adventures of might go in your own words.
Okay. Russ still possessed. Working on cure, but also maybe not because they kind of like it this way.
Yeah, not working very hard.
Yeah,
Wait,
like working,
really?
but like at 30% effort.
No, it's fine. You don't know how I got possessed or what I'm possessed with.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Or for how long.
Or why you might like me better possessed than not possessed.
But you can guess.
Right.
You can get there might be some strong signs, but you also get an episode dedicated to you, like today's patron, Sarah Inskeep.
Thank
you,
Sarah.
Thank you, Sarah.
That's fun.
I would like to stay at your inn sometime.
Yes, indeed.
I
was like, for a moment, I was like, the fuck are you talking about?
I know, it took me a second. Like, okay, Tom, that's kind of a weird thing to say.
Weird
Like,
thing
how
to
do
put
you
on the
know she
record.
runs an inn? Is she Lorelai Gilmore? What's happening?
I get it. Names.
Yes,
That's how it
names.
works.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sarah.
Thanks,
We're happy to
Sarah.
have you here.
Yeah, thanks, Sarah.
Thanks, Sarah.
Patreon.com/dumbdragoncast. We hope to see you over there. And then, of course, go listen to I Seduce the Dragon and continue to listen to this amazing fun time right now. We'll get you back to it. Thanks, everybody. Have a great week. We'll talk to you soon. Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
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 So what with yeah. So we'll give you the attack of opportunity. So just I assume we're gonna just punch it again, or your quarterstaff. Just roll to hit. Roll another attack.
I am going to use... You know what? I am going to use an unarmed strike because I know Kung Fu. And 19!
All right. So as it's backing up, you're gonna connect with another hit. Give me some damage.
4.
It's not going to let out its howl, but it does let out this like guttural bark out into the room, and you see around it in this room like there are 4 more figures that like scurry away and towards the light.
Are they the same type of creature?
They look to be the same type of creature. They look smaller, but they look to be the same type of creature.
Bondin is convinced he's very intimidating.
I think so, yeah. That's the only explanation. It, however, is going to try to bite you now. It's going to retreat. It's going to make this bark, and then it's going to try to bite you. It gets 2 bite attacks. That's the first one's a 9 to hit. Second one is a 17 to hit.
So the second one hits.
So you are going to take 10 piercing damage.
Ow! But
Don't forget, Ryan, you have your temporary hit points that I don't think you put into your sheet yet.
I did not. So
Yeah.
there's 7, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm only down 3.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then make a wisdom saving throw. Wait, are you protected from being frightened from your aura?
Yes.
Yes.
I end it on my turn, actually. So he can still be frightened, but on my turn I can choose to end that.
Oh, so it'd still be active then.
Yeah, it would still be active.
Dope.
So wisdom saving throw or no?
So he can get frightened, but you can stop him from being frightened?
On my turn, yeah.
On your turn. Okay, so yes, please make the wisdom.
I have to actively do it.
Got it.
18.
Not too shabby.
Okay. You are not frightened. So yeah, one chomp comes down in front of you and misses. The other connects with your shoulder, and like this less huge gash because of the temporary hit points, like tears through your shirt and like into your skin. But you are unfazed as much as you can be being chomped by a big monster.
But a scratch!
Behind that monster, you see those 4 others retreating into the light. You see them like disappear one after the other as this final one in front of you is standing its ground. Bizarre, it is your turn.
You said the final one standing its ground, so it does not show to be... Okay.
You could roll insight to see if you can gauge anything from what's happening behind it and what you can judge if you want.
15. I really just... I know the other ones are running. That's fine. This one doesn't seem like it's actually going to, at some point, bolt. So that's a 15.
Yeah, you definitely get a sense that it's protecting everything happening behind it, but you can't, with a 15, quite tell if it's going to stay and fight or if on its turn, after everything gets through, if it's going to try and run as well.
With that, I guess what I'll do is try to make it less threatening by casting Reduce on it. So I need a Constitution save DC 14. I have a feeling it's going to have a good Constitution, but science, we're experimenting and learning.
This would be so good if it works, though.
That's only a 13. I didn't roll very good.
Okay, well, the target size is halved in dimensions, and
Okay.
the reduction decreases its size by 1 category from medium to small, for example. And the target also has disadvantage on strength checks and strength saving throws, and it deals 1d4 less damage while it is reduced.
Shrinks down in front of you, Bondin, and is now like what was hulking over top of you is now horse-sized in front of you.
Nice move.
Yeah. And I sneeze blood, and that's the end of my turn.
Penance, it's you.
Okay, so how far back is the rift that appears to be? I'm making an assumption that this is like the gate to the plane these things are coming from. About how far back from us is that?
You were 50 feet back from Bondin. Mm-hmm. You didn't move on your turn last turn, so I'm going to say you're 80 feet from the rift.
Okay, I will move closer so that I can get everybody within my 30-foot radius of my Twilight Sanctuary. And I'll resolve that first, because everybody who ends their turn in there can get a benefit.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you said you had cast that, and I said you were close enough last time, so you would have been 30 feet, so minus...
okay.
So you're actually 60 feet from the rift, yeah.
That's perfectly easy. I'm going to give Bonin some more temporary hit points, because he ended his turn in my zone. So he gets 5. And I will leave Bizarre as is, because 7's a pretty good number. So, and you haven't needed to use them yet, so I'll leave those. I am going to actually... Can I peek into the cavern at all? Is there can I see are there stalactites on the ceiling? Is there anything? My goal is to try and collapse the area around the rift.
You would have to proceed forward to the opening a little bit more, because I said Bondin couldn't see in there until they were 10, 15 feet away.
Yeah.
So if you do that, you'd be able to see up and in, and yes, there would be stalactites hanging tight from the ceiling. The ceiling is probably 50 feet high. It's a rather deep cavern that you're going into.
That's totally fine for me. I'm going to try and orient myself as best I can, and I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt, which has a range of 120, so I can totally reach it. to try and collapse the cavern over there in front of the rift. And I can do that at a higher level if I think that will be more effective.
I mean, if you're dealing more damage, I would say that yes, I think that would be more effective. So you're trying to close the rift, which in turn would trap this one final creature on this side. Yes?
Yes. Yeah.
We need one to get paid.
We need one to get paid. That's what's up.
That's true.
So I will do Guiding Bolt
That's how she wraps up every single book.
and then we got paid. I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt at 2nd level to strike those rocks and try and collapse them down in front of the rift.
Okay, no need to roll attack. Just give me damage on that because we're
Sounds
just hitting
good.
a wall or a ceiling.
So that'll be 5d6. Right, so that was 19 total.
You tell me what your guiding bolt looks like. So I think this is going to be successful in this moment. I don't see why it wouldn't be. So your guiding bolt goes. Tell me what it looks like as enough boulder, as enough stone and earth is coming down on top of it.
So I sort of rush forward towards the mouth of this cavern, and after taking a quick glance around, I say another incantation in my celestial prayer, and I shoot forward a hand, sort of like I'm making a throwing motion, and a ball of glittering starlight emerges and streaks upwards towards the top of the cavern and smashes against those rocks.
As it does, the stalactites and the rocks begin to crack and loosen, and then, like in a cascade, they release down on top of this cavern and begin building up. And you see this creature look back at it, and then turn back, and that throat begins to get brighter again.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
We got incoming.
Throat punch it.
And then as a bonus action, I'll hit it with my spiritual weapon,
All right.
which is still there. That will be oh god, where are you, spiritual weapon? That'll be an unnatural 20 to hit. And that does, that does 11 damage.
As this is glowing, like the glowing doesn't stop when it hits it, but another huge strike comes in as this axe comes down on top of it. Blood begins pouring down the side of it. You know, it's a smaller creature now, so it appears to do more damage to it. And it lets out just like this grunt as this light continues to glow in its throat. And then we go to Cav.
Are there like more rocks above it that I could also knock down?
Directly above the creature itself?
Yeah. All right, I really like what Penance did with that guiding bolt there, so I'm going to do the same thing, but just at a lower level.
Sure.
I'm not as advanced.
Yeah, just give me some damage then on that one.
Absolutely. It's just 4d6. Hang on one sec.
What?
I mean,
4d6.
that's what my guiding bolt says.
46. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
I see.
Remember, I've got those things in my
Gotcha,
ears.
right.
46 would be quite the thing, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I was like,
Just a smooth 46. 17 damage, Russ.
So stones begin to fall. They're cascading down and like huge hits onto the creature. You want to roll me 2d6 for bludgeoning damage there?
Sure. 8.
So these stones are falling down on top of it, and it's trying to sidestep. You see the throat begin to waver, like it's still growing in intensity, but it's wavering now that it's taking these damage, trying to avoid taking as much damage as possible.
well, is it gonna cry? Is it gonna cry? Oh,
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah, it
gonna
is.
Cry. Bondin's feeling very confident.
Is this part of Bondin's intimidation? He just starts schoolyard mocking the.
And now we learn why Bondin is homeschooled.
100%. And that's why it's an unnatural form.
Bench is going to give bardic inspiration to Bondin and toss you a sandwich for that.
Hell yeah.
He's a sandwich bard?
Yes.
That's amazing.
He's a sandwich bard.
I mean, he is now.
I snatch the sandwich out of the air and eat it with the gusto of a teenage boy.
And then that brings us
And
back
what does
to
this
you.
do? Does this...
So you get a D6 on an attack roll, a saving throw, or an ability check.
Okay. So there's a little baby now?
It's smaller, but yeah, it's still the same creature because Bizarre cast reduce.
Okay, and the other 4 have all...
Yeah.
Okay, and so the other 4 have gone into the rift. I'm going to just keep on doing what I'm doing because I haven't learned better. I'm going to roll to hit with my quarterstaff.
Okay.
And that is a unnatural 24.
Damn.
But it's a nat 20 plus 4.
Oh, dang.
Oh, then yeah, roll double on your dice there for damage.
So the first one was 9.
Okay.
And the second one was 5. Oh, wait, no. I rolled 2 dice at the same time. Sorry, I apologize. D&D Beyond figured it out for me. So it was the 9.
D&D Beyond.
It was the 9 damage.
Disregard the 5.
Describe to me what it looks like when you kill this creature, Bond.
Oh my gosh, he's doing it.
Monster hunting.
Bondin runs directly at the creature and leaps through the air with his quarterstaff in hand and smacks the creature so hard in the throat, maybe it partially comes off, I don't know, and manages to do it with enough slack on his backpack leash to land in the superhero pose. Staff down, knee down, fist down, bam! Because he's young and he can hit his knees with it.
Yeah.
He can land his knees on hard stone and still get up and be okay. God, we wish we were all like Bondin, don't we?
Yeah, I
only.
can do a flying leap and land on my knee.
That is the true. That is the power fantasy that we're all pursuing in D&D. Is
Absolutely.
is knees that don't hurt when you
Just
stand up again.
Full mobility. God, yeah. Amazing. Okay, so yeah, you landed the superhero pose, and then as you do that, the monster lets out one final shriek up to the ceiling and like releases the howl that it's been building, which reverberates through this cavern, and everything begins to fall and everything begins to shake. You have one action each to decide what you want to do before I'm going to tell you gotta run to get out of here.
Oh snap!
This monster is too big to carry.
Did part of its head come off when I hit it really hard in the throat with the neck? How off is this dude's head?
You snapped its neck, but it's a pretty like meaty creature. Like I don't think you took its head clean off, unfortunately.
I'm going to run towards the creature and start trying to chop its head off with my penknife.
Okay.
Because we need evidence to get paid, and that's the one thing I've learned from Penance Off.
You're hacking away at this creature's neck and working at that. As you're doing that, we'll go to Bizarre. Cavern shaking. You see Bondin going up to the creature and trying to take a proof that this has been what you found and fought. What do you do?
Looking at, can we still see part of the glow from the rift?
Yeah, I'd say it's like peeking through in cracks. Like enough has fallen that it's covered
Don't do
the
it.
main source of
Don't
it.
run
but
towards
you
the light.
Still see it peeking through.
A while ago, I was tempted to, but no. I am going to take a moment, stare, study, and try to recall any studies of like extraplanar magic or anything in that realm, and see if I recognize any kind of color association based off of what we've seen.
Roll a history or an arcana.
Arcana, please. It's a 14 on Arcana.
I'm going to say it looks familiar to you. It looks like you've read about it. It looks like you have a book that you've read a passage about some sort of other dimension. You can't place it in this moment, be it the panic, the stress of the case, but you've committed what you've seen to memory so that you can go back and research this should you escape.
Yeah, I know the book I need.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I do.
Okay, penance.
Bondin he's got the right spirit, but the wrong tools.
Wrong tools.
He's got the wrong tools for the job, if only. I'm going to, from my belt, I'll heft a hand axe, and with that and my spiritual weapon that still exists, can I help with some more serious like hacking to try and behead this creature?
Yeah, now with the two of you going at this creature, you are able to absolutely get through. Like, neck snapped, Bondin already picking away, and now your weapon's coming in. You were able to cleave the head off of this creature.
Fantastic.
Which brings us to Cav.
Cav sees the carnage of the head being removed and the inquisitive nature on Bizarre's face, and he just kind of like slowly makes his way back towards the exit. It's like, come on, guys, we gotta go.
Backs away slowly.
He backs away slowly into the crowd, yeah.
Disappears into the shrub.
Bench sees what you're doing, and although he's not very adept at fighting, it's been found out, he does have a lot of muscle. So after you cleave that head off, he comes up and picks it up and starts pushing everybody through the entrance as stones continue to fall down behind you.
Does it fit in the basket?
I was also thinking put it in the picnic basket.
It's a wicker basket, so it's got some give to it. So it's like it's coming out, but enough that he can use it to help carry it out. So everybody now getting his head and running back out. The cave-in is coming down behind you, and you're climbing quickly up the ladder. You make it back to the elevator, and like there's this huge plume of debris and dust that follows behind you. There's this reverberating echo in your ears as you're making your way back up the elevator. The cave-in appears to have stopped on that lower level, though, and although you hear movement from somewhere else in the mountain, you feel like you're safe in this moment. And you make it back up to the top, where you're all standing around with this monster head in the picnic basket. And Bench looks to you all and says, "Oh, well, that was more eventful than the last time we were down there. Can we go home now?"
I think that went pretty smooth, honestly, all things considered.
I would agree.
I mean, if a world-renowned monster hunter thinks so, then I would have to agree.
And I do think so. Let's go get paid.
Yeah!
Let's go clear our names, Cav, because we did this.
Yep.
You certainly helped.
As you say that, I'm taking my earplugs out and I'm like, clear your names. What do you mean?
We kind of got blamed for...
Is this...
Yeah.
It's a long story. We'll tell you on the way back.
And you can tell me at the brothel?
We cut back to the patio outside the brothel, where Bondin and Penance are sitting counting their money on the table, having been paid the 500 plus the 100 for the one monster that you were able to kill and return proof of.
Hazard fee, absolutely. I'm counting out all of the coins. I'm making sure that we got paid right. And I count out 50 of them, and I slide them across the table at Bondin, and I say, "That's for the killing blow. You did good today, kid."
Bondin enters the brothel, comes back approximately 3.5 minutes later, flushed and mussed. And safe.
And
That's where we'll end today's episode.
Dumbgeons and Dragons, Season 4, Episode 6, starring Tom Laird as Kevlarin Goldweave, Kyle Classett as Bizarre the Wizard, with Russ Moore as your Dungeon Master, featuring special guests Cristina Van Epps as Penance Olive Tree, and Ryan Keely as Bondin Cove. They join us from I Seduce the Dragon. Make sure you go find and listen to their adventures at istdpod.com. Dialogue editing and sound design by Russ Moore. This episode featured music from Epidemic Sound and Slipstream, and sound effects from Epidemic Sound, Boom Library, and Sound Ideas. Our amazing cover art and character designs are by Matt Garbutt. And a huge thank you to our supporting producers, Gabriel Lynch, Jessica Babiak, Kat Waterflame, Jacob Madden, Christian Brown, Ongeron Kiersen, Perry Mady, Old School Gamer D, Craig Zeiss, L.A. Branton, and Sarah Murphy. Are you enjoying the story so far? Well, we couldn't do it without you. In fact, we'd love for you to join us at patreon.com/dumbdragoncast, where when you sign up for a 7-day free trial, you're going to get access to an entire other show. 2 of them to be exact. We've got The Adventures of and Cyberpunk Red. We hope to see you over there, patreon.com/dumbdragoncast, and maybe we'll see you in the community. They're over on Discord. You have a great week. We'll talk to you soon.
I'll give everybody one action moment before something happens.
I'd like to use it. Oh. Oh, are we?
Would like to. How? Maybe should we roll in for initiative for order?
Let's roll initiative.
I was like, whose turn is it? Because I know what I want to do.
Who's going first? I know what I'm doing also.
Dumbgeons and Dragons is a Dumb Dragons production.